What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is Ixen, and today we're gonna speak about the core events. Is it okay to skip events? Can you afford to skip events? And what do we do to work around the system? Of course, this is not a negative flame and rage video. This is just how we're gonna proceed with our core events and what we actually can do to work around them. Because we are in a lot of events that is requiring orbs. So follow me through this video and maybe we can learn something together. And I would really appreciate to have your comments about this one, how you will work with the events and how you are trying to solve every events that is throwing at us at the moment, because we have a lot of events going on at the moment that require scores. But before we do that, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the video description. My Twitch is there. I'm streaming every Friday, 7:30 p.m. GMT +1. Also check out Pathfinder's links in the below, his channel and his Twitch. He's recently started to stream again after 5 months, so go in to Twitch and click follow on his Twitch so you can see him live, which is awesome in my opinion. Without further ado, let's go into the whole situation about the events at the moment, because Scopely is really going hard on our course. So the first thing that comes to my mind when I see that we are having this much of core events is, what is the plan behind this for Scopely? Well, it can be many reasons, but the first of all that I would think of is that they will drain our course as much as they can and then come out with an event that you definitely don't want to miss. You know, the master plan behind everything. But is it fine and okay to skip events? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not, in Scopely's mind. In my mind, it's perfectly fine to skip events. And that, in that case, you want to plan out what you can do and what you can achieve. And believe me when I say that I don't hoard cores like a maniac. I'm sitting at around top 50 in arena. Sometimes I sneak in and take number 10 spot, but that is rare. I'm happy with top 500. Top 500, that would be something. Top 50. And that brings me in 200 cores. And then sometimes I'm saving cores, like don't refreshing energy. I'm not doing all the stuff because you get enough for your keys anyway. So it depends a bit on what you want to do in the game at the moment. But as I said, I am not gaining a lot of cores per day. But what is the most value for you when you're selecting an event that you want to go for? Well, for me is obviously shards. Like you can see here, I finished this milestone today, and you want to know how much money I spent on this event, you will be amazed when I say it's $0. I did a mistake though. I missed one day, so I needed to do something stupid today. So I spent a lot of cores. I had 5,000 cores from the beginning of the event. Now I'm down to 2,400 cores, so I'm net lost of 2,500 cores during this event. And when you see this is only 7 hours and 3 minutes left for me. So when you see this video, the event is probably over. I didn't aim to unlock Brawn, for example, because I thought that was way too much cores spent on an event. And I didn't really want to go that super ham on it. I usually go around, when it's something that I really want, I'm going for 400 cores per day, not more, maybe less also, depending on how it goes. Sometimes I just stop in the middle of an event just to say that, nah, it hasn't really worked out for me, what's coming next and so on. But we managed this time to get Brawn. I had the strategy of doing, sometimes I did 600 cores, sometimes I did 400 cores, sometimes I did 200 cores, depending on my mood and how I felt. And the alliance was great. It's great that I am Infinity X, big shout out there. So we collected the last box also in the donations. That would help a lot, and it did. I wasn't really planning to unlock Brawn, as I said, but I was that close this morning, so I decided to go a little bit extra on the course. But at the moment we also have, we have both the Totally Awesome, the Raid Fortune, is also including Spam Power Core, and the coordinated assault. So what is the problem with the events overall, you might ask, or I'm asking, and also looking into? Well, remember when they have a lot of core events, or in this case, 3 different events that require scores. Sometimes the event double dips, or even triple dip, if we so want to call it that. So here you can see that it's spend 1 campaign energy. Well, that's not core really. Yeah, but how are you gonna get the energy? Yeah, you refresh with cores, of course. So in that one you have cores. In the Raid of Fortune, there is also spend 1 power core. So this event double dips, which I think is fine and cool. I'm not aiming for anything particular here in this event. I'm just going with the flow, and I already did the brawn milestone, so to speak, and so it went well, and here we go. And if I get this 10 short of Deathlock, it doesn't really matter. The 25 Hulkbuster won't get me to another star anyway, but I'm closer and closer and closer. I will not go super ham for this because we also have coordinated assault that is running at the moment. And if we are looking at that event, it says spend ISO 8 campaign energy. And how will you get campaign energy? Yeah, you will spend cores to refresh. Mostly we are saving our ISO refreshes, so to speak, you know, the free energy and so on, but it will run out. And they've also raised the bar when it comes to the milestone here. So if I'm not totally mistaken, they've raised the bar here from on a milestone 19 and 20. I'm not even sure that they existed before. Something like that. Don't quote me on it, but you will still need cores to complete this event. And what's happening after that? Unfortunately, I can't really show you that, but when you're watching this, Spider Weaver is probably live, and we have an event campaign that requires cores. So, as I said, what you can do also is to stop sometimes in the middle of the event if you see that you are gonna aim or you are close to the goal that you will try to achieve. But in this case, we have the character of Spider Weaver that is gonna be really fucking powerful, and she is basically broken if we are listening to everybody that's bought her. And you don't want to miss that. And it's also a requirement for Apocalypse. So for you endgame players, it will be massive. Even for you with lower TCP and newer players, she will be great. Probably arena meta. There's some things that people are speculating about. But how can we work around, as I said, the system here? And what am I trying to do every time? Well, to not sound like a broken record, I would just say that I will always try to listen to other people, what the math and everything. I'm not good at calculating out all this stuff, and I don't really care about listening too much about the calculations, what you need to do and what not to do, because for me, it's sometimes I miss a day. I mean, I have family, I have training, I have work, and sometimes it's just busy and I miss out on stuff. Yeah, and that is perfectly fine. And what you can do is also to try to work around what you want to do. Set, how can I say, set realistic goal. I am always, when I'm looking at the milestones, I'm always setting a realistic goal. This is a bad example though, but the Raid of Fortune is a good example, if it can stop lagging. I'm always taking away the last 2 milestones. This is something that I can't achieve, whatever I am doing, what I am doing and how I do it. I need to spend money, and I'm not going to spend money on on events. That is just silly. I'm not even spending money on buying characters, so I won't do it for some milestones either. And also don't forget to check the website for additional stuff when it's event, because you never know what they are bringing in there. But set a realistic goal. What is your goal? Do you have something here that you really, really want? For me, if I would go super ham on this, it would be the Hulkbuster charge, because I like Hulkbuster. I want to have him closer as a 4-star. I wouldn't care about this, because this basically gives me nothing. So set realistic goals on what you will try to achieve. And when you have done that, take also a look at yourself when it comes to where are you in the game. Are you an endgame player that can afford to spend maybe some extra cores? Is it coming an extra event? And how do I profit from this? Well, you can always try to think in the way of be the best you can in your own bracket and for yourself. This is what I'm thinking about all the time, and it keeps me from having the FOMO, because it's really easy to fall into the trap of FOMO when you are thinking about, oh shit, I want to get this, I need to have this. You don't need to have anything. Like, basically, you don't need to have anything. But what you can do is basically to set a realistic goal, be happy with what you get. If you've done your best and not spending way too much resources, then I think that you should then you should be proud of yourself for your effort and for the time you're spending in the game without maybe buying stuff. I'm sorry if it's a bit background noises from my daughter, but I hope you can tolerate that anyway. So that is what I'm doing, and I'm not falling in the trap of FOMO. I am happy with what I'm getting. Even if I can see that I can get more, I don't want to be greedy and think that I will get more than I actually should, because I'm not spending money. And I'm happy with that. And is it okay that every milestone is not able to be achieved as a free-to-play player? For me, the answer is yes. And that is why I also am not falling into the FOMO. So, and also take into consideration your budget. What are your income for course in a daily basis? Do you spend your 1 million gold per day that you will get some extra course and so on? I never look at it in that way. I'm only looking at arena, so I'm thinking about a profit of 200 course per day. So the big profit for you is that you will get rid of the FOMO if you so can and wish to do that. Because if you wish to do that, you can do it. If I can do it, then you can do it. Anyway, we need also to understand that it's perfectly fine to miss events. I've done it several times that I've just skipped events in total. I have stopped in the middle of events, and it's perfectly fine. My strategy for Spider Weaver is to go, as I always do on new character when it's event characters or event campaigns, is that I will go for 400 cores per day. And then I will try to get lucky on the RNG, just with the orbs. I'm trying to open like 10 at a time and so on. I don't know, it might be confirmation bias that is actually working better for me, but it is what it is. And I like to open everything at once, like 10x, and see what that can get me. As soon as I'm feeling that I am really close to a 5-star, I'm stopping spending 400 cores, then I will just do the 50s. And that usually brings me to a 5-star without any problems. Knock on wood, right? It has only happened once that I failed, and then I also did 400 cores per day until the end, but I still didn't get the 5-star. I don't remember what character it was, but it works for me. So that is also a strategy you can do if you are not spending on power cores or buying characters. Go for 400 cores if you can afford it. When it comes to this kind of good characters, then you see that you are maybe have 4 or 5 days left, or 2-3 days left, and you have 15 shards away or something, 20 maybe. Then you can basically stop spending power cores. I stopped spending power cores on the last character event when it was like 3 days left or something. I stopped spending at all. I just went for the normal refreshes, and it brought me up to a 5-star. Anyway, so if you agree, disagree, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit me up on Twitch, as I said, and please do comment on the video, because I enjoy when you comment, and I want to hear about your plans and how you will work with the core events, because it's really interesting for me to hear that, and maybe I can learn something also, because we are not fully learned on anything, and we are learning about MSF every day. So your opinion is very important, at least for me. And until next time, stay safe, stay sane. And dude, don't burn out. Cheers.